Three, two, one. We are live. What's good, people? It's currently 4 minutes past 8 p.m. UK time, Friday, the 16th of February 2024. Welcome to another amazing episode of NFT Fridays, which is a free weekly webinar where we cover everything non-fungible tokens, digital assets, the metaverse, etc. On today's episode of NFT Fridays, we'll be covering metaverse and blockchain gaming with our CEO, the GOAT, the one and only Mr. Hardin. And we've got a special guest. Say hello, homie.
Oh wait, it's blurred. It's blurred. We've got it blurred. Why have we got it blurred? My background. There we go. Boom. Hello everyone. Man like M's in the building. What's good? What's good? What's good?
Mr. MoonBoi, Mr. MoonBoi. Before I get into it, I want to share a quick phrase that I like to say. It's the blockchain, but real life business and relationships are built off chain. I'm proud to share that we actually met this guy off chain. We didn't meet him on Telegram, we didn't meet him on Twitter. We met him in person at Black Tech Day in summer 2023. Big ups Dexter Sims, etc. Okay, so let me just do the intro bits and then over to Mr. Hardin and Mr. MoonBoi. So, if you're not already, please follow us on Instagram, amongst other social medias, blockchain.sensei. Watch out for fakes and scammers impersonating Blockchain Sensei, myself, Ninja T, and Mr. Harding asking money. We don't do financial transactions over Instagram, and that's not where you should definitely be sending anybody any crypto. We run 4 free weekly workshops every single week. We run a webinar called The Game. This is our legacy webinar every single Monday, 8 p.m. till 9:30, covering stocks and crypto fundamentals, including but not limited to super dope reports that can be quite complicated by institutions such as Masari, and we break them down into plain English. Nearly 200 episodes out now on YouTube. We do an in-person workshop called Create Tech, helping artists and creatives monetize on their creativity with Web3 and AI, including music NFTs, etc. That's in person only in Manchester, but we have got some high quality footage dropping soon on the Shuriken Sounds and Blockchain Sensei channels. Shuriken Sounds is a subsidiary of Blockchain Sensei. Then we've got NFT Fridays. You guys know what NFT Fridays is because you're watching and you're here now. And finally, we've got our Sunday show, Technically Speaking, which covers charts, trading, data, etc. Also, if you're a Manchester resident, DM shurikensounds.eth, and you can potentially come to our free webinars in person for chosen ones only. Click the link in Blockchain Sensei bio, which will bring you to this super link, superjoy.com/blockchain sensei. Here you will find everything and anything you need, including but not limited to our free Telegram, our Zoom links to Mondays, Fridays, Sundays webinars, our YouTube, and also our paid subscription service where you can speak to the likes of myself, Jay Johnson, and Mr. Harding, most days on a private Telegram and also a private stream that is not recorded. Let's go to disclaimer and then over to the alpha. You want to do the disclaimer, Mr. Harding? Oh yeah, for sure. Actually, MoonBoi, do you want to do the disclaimer with me? You want to go bar for bar? Well, you start off the cipher, bro. Please do your own work, guys. Our content is intended and should only be used for informational use only. It is very important to do your own analysis because if you don't, you might end up in financial paralysis. Before any investments, which should be based on your own individual circumstances. You should always Risk. Research. Mhm.
Before we just quick recap on last NFT Friday, we did get people exclusive access to Disney Pinnacle. Type game in chat if you got accepted onto the list for Disney Pinnacle for us, so we can know that obviously we've given you some prime alpha. And then next, let's get straight on to my M's. So M's, you got a game.
Yeah.
Like, there's not many man them that have got a game. Like, how's that happen? Like, most man them are like, yeah, I've got a clothing label, but they don't realize if you got a game, you can have a clothing label. Most man them are like, yeah, I'm dropping an album, I'm dropping a mixtape, but they don't realize if they got a game, they can drop albums and mixtapes.
Yeah.
So, talk to us. How did you get here?
It's funny that you mentioned both albums, mixtapes, and clothing lines. So I actually ran a clothing line for 10 years. And I have a heavy background in music as well. So multiple things. And I think going through these different processes let me know that you can't be afraid to jump into something that you want to achieve. And just like approaching anything, I think it's taking the time out to really learn how something works. Like a lot of the time you'll find people that they'll have a great idea, but they don't understand how that business works. So the first thing I did when I wanted to approach this was, firstly, how am I going to input myself into this industry to learn what I need to learn? And secondly, how am I going to make it work for me? How am I going to learn what I need to do to be able to run this from scratch as a startup? So yeah.
First, so like you were in music. How did you even end up like going, nah, you know what? Music's not for me. Or is it not that case? Or is music still for you and you're putting music, using music in your game? How are you doing it?
So I love music through and through. I'll never stop loving music. For me as an artist, the transition period started happening around COVID. COVID shut down a lot of events. So no performances, made the studio sessions a lot more difficult. And I was like, okay, I've got all this equipment, how am I going to utilize it? So I started looking into different ways that I can use this equipment, and I stumbled upon voice acting, but specifically within games, movies, cartoons, all the rest. Then I had a contact through music that was actually working for a gaming company, and I sent him some of my stuff. I started up like a small Instagram profile just to showcase what I could do. And this is what I mean about if you want to do something, how far are you actually going to take it? I didn't just say I wanted to be a voice actor. I researched different voice actors and I said, okay, where do I see myself fitting in? I love anime. I love all of that. So
wait, you can't just skip that. Can't just skip past that.
Yeah.
Anime. What's your anime? Hunter x Hunter, Dragon Ball.
All of them. So Hunter x Hunter is one of my favorites, I think, of recent times, as far as like the scope, the depth. I love storyline and getting deeper into characters. Like Killua is definitely one of my favorites from Hunter x Hunter.
Type in chat your favorite anime, by the way, peeps.
I think as well for me from the anime side, it was Afro Samurai actually.
Okay.
And that came up. Yeah, shout out to Bleach and Ichigo and all the rest
Come
of them.
on, Kenpachi, come on.
All of them. But yeah, it was Afro Samurai. I took a scene, the opening scene on the bridge, took off all the sound, and I did the whole sound design, and I did the voices for Afro Samurai and the people that are attacking. Anyway, I uploaded that onto my Instagram.
That's still there.
Yeah. Oh God. It's called. If you want to check out that Instagram, it's called this is completely separate alpha now.
Big alpha.
That's called Freedom of Speaks. So not freedom of speech, freedom of speaks. So yeah, that's the Instagram for that. But basically, and this goes to show it's not about necessarily reach, it's about who you go to, like quality of the reach. So I took that Instagram and I shared it. with my friend that was working for this gaming company, and he said, "This is really dope." Long story short, I ended up voicing 3 characters within their game, because they were doing an audiobook and other stuff as well. So that was cool. And then, funny enough, me and my friend, we were sending voice notes back and forth to each other, just different ideas about, the game, where we believe it could go and what we could do. He took one of my voice notes and sent it to the CEO of the company. And the CEO was like, basically, who is this guy? I love the way that his mind works. I want him on the management panel.
Raw.
Yeah, like really, really unorthodox route. But basically, I went from a voice actor in a few months to creative director. And then I worked with them for another 2 years as creative director. Just, yeah, crazy path of progression, but yeah.
Be careful what you say on voice notes. You might end up getting a crazy raise.
Yeah, we give thanks. We give thanks anyway. and then ultimately, 2 years into that journey, that's when I found out about NFTs. I was already investing in crypto at the time, but dabbling, very light dabbling here, there, and everywhere. Not really doing any research. Just like you hear the man saying, "Oh, this is," I'll be like, "All right, cool. Here's a couple £100. Let's see what that does." Not really touching it, just leaving it. But NFTs changed it for me because NFTs made it fun. And I grew up in the era of like Pokemon cards, Digimon cards, like even the football sticker collections. And having something like an NFT where it comes up in a format where it's colorful and bright, and understanding that, yes, there's a layer of technology behind it. Yes, there's a layer of value behind it, but this front-facing visual, I said, I understand that now. I understand it straight away. And I said, I need to be a part of this.
Okay.
I tried to take NFTs and introduce it to the gaming company. And they were about 4 years into development at this stage, and they were like, "Look, we can't just pivot." And I said, "I don't think you have to pivot. Just give me the go ahead and let me do some research, and I'll come back to you." So I did that. I came back with a whole tokenomics design, a whole marketing progression of how it would integrate. And long story short, they were not too keen on. It's very hard for the traditional world sometimes to see what's new and to see the value in that, especially when it's being pushed by someone that's got very strong vision. And I get it. If you've got strong vision and someone's presenting something completely different, that's scary. At the time, we're talking, what, almost 2 years ago now. So very, very early days. So I said, you know what? I believe in this so much, I'm going to do it myself.
Oh, man. Is that when MoonBoi was born?
Basically, yeah. Took my own money, set up the company, and then started the journey.
Boom. And I have to say, the character designs you've got are fire. Like, just even your use of like the Inu dog is mad. Like it looks like an anime. It looks like even this 8-bit style, everything from the moment I first saw what you were doing, I was like, nah, this is an anime. I'd watch this. Like, if this was a poster and it said it's coming out soon, I'd watch it.
So that is behind the whole concept of the game, there was always the plan to have a feature-length anime behind it. All the cutscenes within the game are going to be animations.
Mad.
And as you can imagine, it kind of leads and helps to build up this fan base towards having a feature-length movie. And if anyone here is a fan of, like, say, Street Fighter, you had Street Fighter the game, and it had its market and it was very popular. But I would say that it definitely expanded to a completely different market when Street Fighter the anime touched on. It expanded to a completely different medium, completely different, a lot of crossover as well, but a whole new crowd. And
mad.
And that's why even with all the imagery that we use, it's really focused on pushing that you want to know more about the characters involved.
Okay. And with what you're doing at the moment, like, how do you select the artists and the music? So like, how did you select the character design, or have loads of people given you different character designs?
So the character itself, the thought process behind it is loosely based on my childhood obsession with space. And like, I love science. I love anything to do with stars, but not from a deep like Harvard level. I'm talking from I'm just interested in. It's always been like, yeah, it's always been an interest in. I was like a big Star Trek, Star Wars. I like, or anything sci-fi. I've always been into that. So anything I did would have to be that. And the games that I loved, Pokemon, Final Fantasy, Baldur's Gate, things where you adventure, RuneScape, things where you adventure and you're very much in control of your character. I was always a big fan of that. So for me personally, that was always, it was a no-brainer. I had to do something that was close to my heart. And I think that's important, especially when embarking on something new. If it's not close to your heart, what's going to drive you when things are stacking up, when things are getting difficult? What's going to be that driving force, behind trying to accomplish your goal? So yeah.
Wait, so on the screen right now, it is showing integrating your wallet and playing with Bonk. So wait. Just break this down for the people.
Yeah.
You have a partnership and working relationship with the biggest meme coin. Well, it's not even a meme coin anymore. It's just more community. It's gone beyond the biggest community and culture coin in Web3 currently.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, how? Like, so are you the first person to have Bonk in a game?
I don't think we're the first person to have Bonk in the game. I'm going to be cheeky and I'm going to say we're the first people to do it well within the game.
Okay.
So for me, my whole thing when I came into Web3 was there's a lot of hurdles to jump over, like a big learning curve. And I said, gamers don't care about this. They want it to be as smooth as possible. How do we make it and integrate it in a way where it's seamless? That was my whole thing, seamless. There was a hackathon that came up, the speedrun hackathon, and we entered. And one of the tracks for that hackathon was, can you do a Bonk integration? And I said, okay, this looks fun, family friendly, their whole branding. This can actually work within the universe that we're building. So that's what we did. So rather than just integrate it so you can make Bonk payments, we actually made them a whole custom gated area where you can play mini games in the game. So like Inception, the game within the game, and utilize Bonk payments as well. So when Bonk saw that, I think that's when that relationship sort of solidified. And then obviously we won the hackathon, we won the Bonk track, and then we've been going strong together ever since, really, and just building as a fun integration for Bonk holders, users, and all the rest. Yeah.
So people played your game and won Bonk.
So people played the game and were able to utilize Bonk. Now our next campaign, we're doing it where we'll have prizes. Yeah, and Bonk is one of our official sponsors again for this.
So this isn't alpha. You're not saying that you're gonna get Bonk for playing the game, but they're a partner and you're going to be giving away prizes.
So put it this way, the way that I'm big on this is like the whole airdrop meta is all well and good, but we will have some type of airdrop in there. And I'll say, as far as Bonk is concerned, it will be skill based. It will be how high do you rank on our leaderboards, and yeah, we're lining up the prizes.
So let's show people how we play it. By the way, guys, you can play this on browser or download it on your phone. So if you are anybody that's playing a game on your phone on the tube, like the game that you're playing on the tube probably isn't going to pay you for getting the high score. Probably not.
Yeah. And it's just to say as well, it's like, when you're building in the open, you wanna do things which help to engage and building that community from scratch. And a lot of the time you have to remember it takes years to build a quality game. So honestly, for us, I made a decision really that I wanted to build in steps and stages, and every cool new mechanic that we kind of introduce, I want to back that with a campaign as we build. And as we continue to build out more of the core game, more and more players can get involved for whatever the latest taste of the month. And that way it allows us to keep building our core lane so that the game development never stops, but we also stay up to date with the latest trends of as far as what's going on in the space.
So you mentioned music being a key part. Yeah. Like the first time I heard this soundtrack, let me just unmute it. Let me know if you can hear this, Ninja. Did you hear that? No, it's a little sound like that. Still.
Don't want to fight, but okay.
Wait, is that your voice?
Yeah, voice the main character.
Big.
Yeah, with us, what we did with the music side of stuff is I wanted to capture that nostalgic feel of like the early Pokemon type games using this this style. But also I wanted to modernize it. And because obviously I'm a music guy, I was like, how do we add some 808s? I was like, that's all good. Like, and don't get me wrong, I love like that very like tinny, like, you know, early Game Boy type sound. But I was like, yeah, but that's great. But how do we modernize it? So got a very strong music team. Beast is one of them. He's the lead composer that we've got on this. He's twice Grammy nominated, and he's worked with the likes of T-Pain, Kendrick Lamar, me. Nah, but he's worked with many people over the years. Like, he's absolutely amazing at what he does. And our other composer that we have working is a guy called Natty P, who's quite well known in the UK scene, working with everyone from Pagey Keiki to Gigs, I believe, to Busta Rhymes. So, you know, I've got two, luckily, because of my previous contacts, I've got two very experienced music guys on this. And because I'm music focused as well, that was something that we couldn't negotiate away from basically on this. It had to be high music, yeah. So I'm coming from this from an actual gamer, an actual lover of anime, and an actual lover of like dope music and beats. And that all comes together in the world that we built.
So I'm going to put the link in the chat for everybody so you can go and have a play. So please go download that on Android or just give it a play on desktop. So question for the audience, because I know some people are probably interested. How can or are you open to other musicians or musicians you don't know or musicians that may be watching this to get their music featured in your game?
So when it comes to music and licensing, there are several things. And for me, what I've noticed is when I was going through the industry early days is that a lot of people would utilize quote unquote free music or early people that want to get their music into a game. And then all of a sudden, when it comes to the licensing end, the deal falls apart and then the artist always comes away with the short end of the stick. For me, I'm all up for collaborating on all different spectrums. It just has to make sense. Even with regards to art and music, I wanted a way, because we're building an open world, I wanted a way to showcase different types of art within the game naturally. So say for instance, you have a museum in the game, I'm just throwing this out there, but like a museum in the game where the art rotates on a week or a month, even on a monthly basis. And the people like that, they can click on it and then it takes them on a hyperlink to wherever they need to go to. So with the music, same way you've got GTA.
But like the radio.
So here's some alpha, depending on which character that you want to use as your main character. So right now we've got Dre, this guy here as the main character. But we're introducing other characters that you'll be able to play as part of it. So just like GTA, where you jump in a different car, you might have access to a different radio. In this game, where you utilize a different character, possibly they will have a different playlist attached to them.
Okay.
And maybe as you progress through the game, you might unlock more music according to that character. And why couldn't that be related to other people's sponsored music that they send in?
Okay,
On a licensing deal.
Okay.
It can happen.
So we're playing this live now. I guess I'll go this way, right?
Yeah. You can go around and just like right now, as this prototype ran past the bunk building, but that's all good. But
I want to ban some people out.
all. So you can go in there if you just click on that button.
This way?
Yeah, and just click that.
Okay. Nice.
So we've got like different access points. So this would be like the fishing area. Just click the fishing button. So the new campaign, just a bit of alpha. If you want to get onto the leaderboard,
Press this.
yeah. If you want to get onto the leaderboard, I would practice your fishing. Start a time. There you go.
Oh,
Let's try again. You have to aim for where it's going to be.
okay.
So that, yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Seems.
Okay, this is harder than it looks. Wait, one more. Focus, Michael, focus. Quick! Nah, flopped it. I'm not even pressing the button. Wait, there we go. All that focus and yeah, I'm lacking. All right.
So basically, practice your fishing. It's going to be a more in-depth fishing campaign that we're going to be running.
And there's a bit where I fight some aliens, right?
Yeah, you'd have to go into the box page for it. I don't know. So go here. So come up there.
Yeah. Your wallet. I love this wallet signing. It looks so sick. No. No.
Expect it. To read it. Okay, access to that. Okay. Now, if you don't have bonk in your wallet, you won't be able to unlock these games.
Oh.
Token gated, see? So it encourages those that are using the bonk.
Oh, right? Man.
So that's why we built it specifically for bonk. But the premise of this area is to showcase if there is any company, brand, collaboration opportunity, we can build them a custom gated area for their holders. So no matter what their token is, we can introduce it into our universe. We're still going to have our own token, our own currency within the game, but you can build custom areas for different businesses, partners, and all the rest, as long as it makes sense and fits in with the, the whole
I swear there was a bit in this where I could fight some baddies.
There was, yeah, the arena, so all the way on the other end. But for the latest update, we included that. We focus on the session bit. But everything in this new campaign, first week in March, you've heard the alpha here. We haven't even announced that as of yet. But first week in March,
exclusive alpha.
Yeah, we'll be running that campaign and practice your fishing, as I said, and yeah,
and get some bonk so you can play some games.
Get some bonk, but also adventure around, give us feedback on the game. We always love to hear feedback on what's going on. We're just going to continue building out the game as we go forward. So yeah.
Yo, we've taken more than 20 minutes of your time. Big love. Let's just quickly go to any questions. Have we got any questions from our live audience in the dojo?
I've got a question.
One.
Yeah, I had a question about how you're thinking of implementing different sort of sounds into the game. Sort of kind of like what sort of direction are you gonna? Do you have an idea of what sort of direction you're going with it?
As in, like the genre?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a hip hop head. So hip hop, trap, Afro beats, all of that. I think it gives a different vibe to the game. And for me, as a black game designer as well, I think I'd be remiss to not add part of my culture into it. So, like, I'm a Londoner through and through, but I've got Caribbean roots, and I want to see some of that culturally implemented in the game. That's one thing I said we need to put our stamp on. Yes, I know the goats of this thing were in Japan. The games that I fell in love with were from Japanese teams or American teams with highly paid Japanese individuals on board, right? But for me, I think putting your stamp on something means, yes, you take a little bit of what people know, but then you add your own edge. And I want people to log on and be like, right, did they just play some Afro beats? Right, is that an 808 I can hear? Yeah.
Is that a rhythm?
Yeah,
where people are logging into a game just to get the rhythms.
Yeah, exactly.
Big.
Nice.
I like that.
So basically, we're about to play the game, and then we'll submit some music.
Say that again?
I said we're obliged to play the game, and then we'll submit some music after our bit of gameplay and under our belt. You know what I mean?
Let's see who else there is. If we've got any questions from anybody else, is there anybody new here? Zane or Micah? But no, Micah, you've been here before. So Zane, got any questions?
No, not really, but I was gonna say this the idea of it is mad. It's sick as well. The design, like music, everything's sick. It's crazy.
Big.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
And then Web3 Edge. I know what your name is, but I'm just gonna. I don't know if you wanted to be doxxed. I don't know if you wanted me to say your name.
It's cool, man. Yo, Andy here. What's up, everyone?
What's good?
Hey.
I was like, it's coming this Web3 Edge. Does that mean he doesn't want me to say his
Sorry,
name?
nah, I'm on the work account, innit, for Zoom.
Oh, okay, cool.
Sorry, man. I should change it. Yeah, man. Just wondering, are you gonna implement any? Is there any like multiplayer functions in this? Like, we're gonna have just single player, right? I mean, are we gonna have multiplayer?
Yeah, good question. So originally the idea that I had was a world where the single player feeds into the multiplayer and the multiplayer feeds into the single player. The multiplayer will come, but that'll be at a later date once we build out the core mechanics for the base of the game. And I think for the type of game it is, as I said, it's open world. I think being able to communicate and multiplayer and have your friends, and eventually we can start leaning onto. I imagine a world in the game where you walk up to another character in the game, just like RuneScape, but instead of just trading gold coins or fish or whatever, you can actually trade cryptocurrency on the thing. That's where we're going. So not a platform where you have to log in. The player walks across the screen. He says, hey, oh, you're right. Want to trade? Yes. Okay, cool. Inventory. Select, wash, done. And they swap in real time, and they go about their business. That's where I'm aiming with this multiplayer. And then eventually we can start thinking about things like guilds and like wallet to wallet.
So you're basically going to be a DEX.
I was thinking like you stake some bonk for the fight, right? You bet your bonk, and you depend on how much you make agreement with your opponent.
That's the next.
You like win the battle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the next
campaign. Alpha there, Andy.
Yeah. with you. Trust me.
That's right. You got space to grow. Thank you for your time, guys.
No worries. Thank you for the question.
Anyone else? Nope. Cool. Right. We're gonna wrap there. 40 minutes of alpha there. You know what to do. Go play MoonBoi Universe. Massive thank you to you, Ems. Big love.
Thank
all
you
the support in the world that we can offer you. Blockchain Sensei, we're here to build with you, man. Yeah. Peace out, guys. Thank you for watching.
Wait, quick question, quick one. How many? Like, is there any particularly black or Asian, basically non-Caucasian, respectfully, blockchain game developers? Because it's obviously highly Caucasian market.
That's a good question.
In the UK.
I've been deep in this blockchain gaming space, as you know, and Ems is the only black person that I've seen.
Not like CEO, founder / positions, as far as I know.
It's a unicorn.
You're a unicorn, bro.
There's definitely people of color that are working on teams and stuff, but not, as far as I know, founder.
You're the front-facing CEO and back-end chief operations officer and founder. Like you're the hands-on guy. This is your shit. Like this is really yours, isn't it?
Mad.
I am a person. I'm a put together. That's the way I put it. I put
That's
people, put talented people together, and I just ensure that the vision gets executed. That's it. Like that's my talent. You know, that's what I'm good at. So yeah,
Big.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the love. It's a lot of pressure with that. That's a big statement.
For any, to be fair, Ninja, I think there's a potential development conversation here that we've not explored. So we'll line that one up. And then Alex, did you just drop some alpha? Is there an NFT floating about for free?
Yeah, so
Alex.
there's two currently on a Coinbase. You've got the mint a penny thing, and then if you go to their story on their Instagram, there's like a little game that you'd have to stop the basketball in the hoop to get the QR code. And there's another one.
So we need to go to Coinbase's Instagram.
Yeah, go onto Coinbase's Instagram, look on the story,
Doing it right now.
and you'll see.
Can you score as let's play? Tap and hold to stop the ball at the perfect moment.
You'll see that it flashes with a QR code. So if you manage to stop the ball right, you obviously just screenshot it.
Oh my god! You know what? Let me just. Oh yeah, you're doing it. You're sharing.
Mad.
Yeah, that's the moonshot one. They got the mint a penny as well, which is if you click their link in the Instagram bio,
I don't know.
it's the third one down, mint a penny.
Oh, did it?
One available as well.
I got one in. Oh, okay,
It's not working. Give it to me.
And then what do you say? Mint the penny. This one here.
Yeah, so yeah, if you go up to the top of their thing and click the links at the top of their page, third one down.
What do you mean the perfect moment? Alex, you're giving everyone FOMO here.
No. It is good.
No. Yeah, screenshot that. Post me that screen. Give me that screenshot.
Tap hold your QR code before I open for this thing. Martin.
Wait, can it? But I wonder, can I just reuse that screenshot?
Yeah, let me do it first though.
Yeah.
Before I do it to you, then man's like, I'm sorry, my bro. Yeah. What's
The
the
moonshot one at the minute has only got 115 owners.
Mad.
How a coin? They've absolutely hacked the internet.
They have, you know. They're giving out.
They're playing on an Instagram story with a basketball hoop and giving out digital assets. What kind of world are we living in?
Boom, minted it live on the show. Big alpha for that, Alex.
I might just buy the basketball.
Mike, did you pick any of the Disney Pixels up as well?
I've not even got that yet.
I love stuff like this when it's just game.
How do I get it in? Like,
Which stuff did you get?
Does anyone else pick up any Disney Pixels?
Well, I don't know how you got to hold. Yeah, now let go on, but you got to stop it again when it tells you score.
yeah, screenshot, come on.
There you go. There you go, man. But
I did get granted permission to mint one, but I didn't do it. I just got caught up.
I got it on 3 accounts, so I managed to get a couple on all the accounts.
Easy. Do you reckon you can use that QR code multiple times? Do you reckon the QR code's unique? Mad. I bet we can wrap up NFT Fridays there. Can't lie. Wait. Is everyone frozen? No. The Matrix attack. Hello? No.
I'm still there. I think Mike's just lost.
All right. Is this the end of NFT Fridays? I don't know what's going on. Right, guys. Mr. Harding left the room. I think we'll leave it there. Okay, Dojo subscribers, remember 9:30 till 10:30. I'll see subscribers in 45 minutes. If you're not subscribed to the Dojo, you're missing out on some Ultra Alpha. Yeah, have a good weekend, guys. I'll see you guys on Sunday for Technically Speaking as well. Take care. Bye, bye, bye. Just end that screen.
That was cool, man. That game on Sam was really interesting.
Take care,
Fun,
guys.
bro. That was quite cool.